Hey, so I'm going to try and do a super quick book tag, booktube before I have to go to my niece and nephew's concert thing. So it is the ultimate book tag. Question 1, do you get sick while reading in the car? No, not at all. Question 2, which author's writing style is completely unique to you and why? Pass. Question 3, Harry Potter series or Twilight Saga? Give 3 points to defend your answer. 1 would be, I grew up reading it. It was kind of the first book series I ever got really into. And then number 2 would be related to the first point, which it's my escape. It's always been that place whenever, I'm feeling kind of shit or I just need comfort. It's my go-to, so it's just kind of increased itself in my heart, I guess you could say. Number 3 is, it's a flawless storyline pretty much. Twilight, I did go through the Twilight stage, don't get me wrong, but it's very romance, girl meets boy, changes her whole life for him, whereas Harry Potter is, he doesn't even get the girl, well he gets Ginny, but like Hermione's the girl. And so I like that. It's a story about friendship and family and adventure, rather than just, romance and, bite me. Do I carry a book bag? I wouldn't say no. I'd always take a book with me, and it normally is wrapped in 2 plastic bags because super anal about my books getting wrecked. Do I smell my books? Yeah. Is that even a question? Of course I smell my books. Question 6, books with or without little illustrations? Most of the books I read don't have pictures, obviously. But I don't mind it. I read Little Women earlier this year, and the edition I have has little pictures through it, and I loved it. So if they have pictures, fantastic. I don't really care though, either way. Question 7, what book did you love while reading but discovered later it wasn't quality writing? The only thing I can think of off the top of my head right now, pressed for time, would kind of be the Aragon series. Like, don't get me wrong, love the series, it's so engaging, but I just feel like he kind of gets lost in tangents and kind of just things get muddled up and go too far, and yeah, that looks good. Question 8, do you have any funny stories involving books from your childhood? Please share. This book here, The Mermaid Princess by Shirley Barber, I only bought this like a year ago, but I was obsessed with it as a kid, and I would borrow it each week from the library for like 3 years or something crazy. And then the librarian was she wanted other people to get a chance to read it as well as me, broadened my horizons. So I was banned from borrowing it for like a month, and I got back to, like when the ban lifted, I got back to borrowing, and I just kept borrowing it. I think she just gave up after that. Question 9, what is the thinnest book on your shelf? This book is on my shelf, so I would say this one probably. But I do have a really small copy of Call of the Wild by Jack London, which I'm reading at the moment. Question 10, what is the thickest book on your shelf? It would probably be Homer's Iliad and Odyssey, which is kind of nearly the same as Harry Potter 5, and then I have like a few other Egyptian books. I love ancient history, so I'm like, Anyway, question 11, do you write as well as read? Do you see yourself in the future as being an author? I absolutely write. I'm halfway through the 9th chapter of my book, and I would love to become an author, but I am going to be an author. I am an author. Just whether I get published. Question 12, when did I get into reading? I don't think I ever got into reading. I was born reading. It's the biggest part of my life. It's the biggest part of me. It's always been and always will be. Question 13, what is your favourite classic book? I really like Little Women. But I guess what you define as classic. I also love Herodotus, if you're gonna, classify the histories. Anyway, in school, what was your best subject? Was it language, arts, English? I guess it would probably, English all the way throughout school. I was really good at it, but kind of in my last few years at school, I was really good at science and history, which I had fantastic teachers for, so they really do make a difference. Question 15, if you were given a book as a present that you had read before and hated it, what would you do? I don't know, I'm too polite. I would probably just be like, oh, thank you, and then I would maybe give it to someone else. What is a lesser known series that you know of that is similar to Harry Potter or the Hunger Games? Okay, so not really similar, but kind of that dystopian, I guess similar to the Hunger Games. The Ashes trilogy, freaking fantastic. I won this book and I was like, oh, I didn't think I would like it. I'll just read it anyway. Probably one of my favourite books of all time. It's just read it. It's fantastic. It's by Isla J. Bick. Question 17. What is a bad habit you always do beside rambling while filming? I tend to touch my face. So I don't realise I'm doing it, but then I watch them back and I'm like, sorry. Favourite word? Probably obviously or anyway. I say it like a lot. I also say like a lot. Yeah. Sorry, I'm really rushing through because it's like 4:28 and we have to leave in 2 minutes. Question 19. Are you a nerd, dork or dweeb or all of the above? I would probably go with geek. I love anything sci-fi, geeky. Yeah. Question 20. Vampires or fairies? Fairies, mate. Fairies. 21. Shapeshifters or angels? Well, huge fan of Mortal Instruments, so I'd probably say angels. I haven't read anything really on shapeshifters except the Animagus series, which is big. I don't know if anywhere else, but it was big in Australia when I was a kid. Spirits or werewolves? Probably werewolves. Ghosts kind of creep me out. 23. Zombies or vampires? Zombies, I had this rational fear of being eaten alive, so zombies really creep me out, which is even though this is about zombies, kind of. So I'd kind of go tie. Love triangles or forbidden love? Oh, I don't know. I'm not really into the whole love and that kind of thing. If someone hold a gun to my head right now, I would probably say forbidden love, because like I always find love triangles, someone's stringing someone else along and then I don't like them anyway. And finally, full-on romance books or action packs with a few love scenes mixed in. Like I just said, not huge on the romance, definitely. I would say the action with a few love scenes. So I hope you have a great day. It is really hot here. And that's all. Goodbye.